Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Suicide Squad Most Wanted, Deadshot and Katana. Now, as you know, Suicide Squad's Most Wanted is basically meant to sort of give you an insight on each of the Suicide Squad members. One of the stories that I am covering is Deadshot, which I did cover before in the graphic novel, but decided to review it in a sort of single issue. And this one mainly has about 6 issues, and the first one I have is issue 1. And let's get on the story. It starts off how somewhere in South America, where Deadshot is killing off every henchman known to man, and is after a dangerous drug lord who pretended to be a revolutionary. And we see how Deadshot tricks them into firing at a false target, and of course destroys everything in sight, which reveals Deadshot. And of course we see them looking on the computer saying, "Who is he, Jessica? I do not know." And so they know who he is, and that he's Deadshot, and that he is an assassin for hire. And turns out in his origin, which was in his sort of Forever Evil origin, where his parents were killed by drug dealers. Now, it's later revealed that his origin is a lie, and that it belongs to someone else. And they say, "So what is this, a vendetta against Nikos?" And so Deadshot ultimately fires everything in sight, and pretty much says, "It's my new job. You there are the last one standing." Which is unfortunate because none of you are Lepus. And so kills every henchman left, and leaves one, as he pretty much knows that he'll break easier, to give them locations. And Deadshot informs Amanda Waller that he's got the target and that he's heading back. We're mainly shown 3 months later, where Deadshot is playing ball and gets a file which contains some important information, which he confronts Waller about, asking if the person is in the hospital. And it would be later revealed in issue 2 that it's his father, revealing that Deadshot fabricated his origin, and that it belongs to someone else new in the Suicide Squad, Will Evans, whose origin was taken from Deadshot, and he would eventually become a sort of brief up user as a retribution. And of course him saying, "We met once in Gotham County lockup." Don't remember. And so this is a moment you can tell that Deadshot sees that he's not going to be sued for the Suicide Squad, even though he's a sharpshooter like him. And basically this is where it gets into a big heated argument, where basically Will Evans headbutts Floyd. And of course, this is where he gets angry and tries to aim at him, which Aurora threatens to detonate the bomb in his head, but says that he could lose his most valuable member. So of course, shoots off a warning shot to tell Will Evans, "Don't cross with me again," and mainly leaves. And of course, Amanda says, "Still think you can handle this?" "In my sleep." Good. And you can tell that Will Evans is going to make him pay for this. So we're seen inside the truck, where Amanda Waller's assistant Olivia explains that they know that their target's daughter goes to a private school, and that she mainly is transferred to a warehouse. And of course, this is their only chance to get her. And of course, they're both mainly going to stick to the plan, which they're going to pose as a truck company with Will Evans getting out. And it's kind of clear that Will Evans is trying to prove himself better than Deadshot. And Deadshot knows that he's going to get himself killed. And of course, they mainly use non-lethal tranquilizers on their targets. And of course, all hell breaks loose. And Will Evans says, "What the hell, Larson? You said your side isn't clear." And of course decides to screw it and go for different measures. Which you can kind of tell Will Evans is meant to be a bit more reckless, less thinking. And I'm kind of surprised that someone like him is able to hold 2 guns, even though that just doesn't work. So of course we see Deadshot on his motorbike saying that he isn't afraid of death, and that he's going to confront his father, who is meant to be laying in his deathbed. So I feel Deadshot's story in this one has a lot of good foreshadowing. It gives you this glimpse that Deadshot has a past that he altered and doesn't want people to know about. And I know that the new Suicide Squad game that's going to be coming out seems to imply that Will Evans could be in the game as the new Deadshot, as the writers have confirmed that there's an impersonator killed the Deadshot from the Arkham games and took his costume in that. So I think this story deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.